Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%.
Back down Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the Lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Lugen's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Bloodlust on the backside, but he's rolling it under. And then stunned. Oh my goodness. The combo.
Getting struck down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series Season 11, Division E West. Joining me, my friend, my teammate, Little Rock Lid. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Excited to see a couple teams go at it on a strong map. They've both shown great
success on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flint Tropics, deep fried Ming balls. We're going to go ahead and show the standings right here. Both teams with really solid records toward the top of the standings. If my caster math is correct, whoever takes the series will have a real good shot at taking control of the division, being either the top seed or close to the top seed. Ming balls in particular, by virtue of how many maps they played, if they win this, they will actually be in front by a mile. They've played so many matches already, so props to them on their scheduling.
Yeah, 4 matches already.
All right, so we are on Volskaya Foundry. Choice of Ming balls. Let's see if this setup worked. We've been having some overlay issues, and it sort of did. It picked up the bands, but not the map. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Fix this real quick. Slobs is not cooperating with me. I think I'm gonna have to switch back to regular OBS because Ace's tool is spectacular, but Streamlabs OBS fights it tooth and nail and makes it very aggravating. There we go. That is the correct selection. Volskaya Foundry for game 1. I am giving the teams the R. So Volskaya Foundry Lid, what kind of stuff do we like here? What stuff do we want to see? What don't we want to see? What makes for a successful comp on Volskaya? Yeah, Volskaya 2 tends to have the the kind of drawn out objective battles, right? It's in the early game when the death timers are low, it's not uncommon to actually have some kills and still get back in time to contest the second time, as we're going to get an Orphea ban leading the way for Flint Tropics.
Yeah, this map is very team fight heavy, especially for the objectives, and those items are going to come in handy. So the more items you have, the higher chance you usually have of winning an objective.
Yeah, for sure. The toy collection is so huge. The turrets and the biotic emitter as a Lucio ban coming out. That's not a ban we see a whole lot of, so I assume that is targeted at Flint Tropics. I really like that Orphea ban too, with Eternal Feast in particular. It's such a big area, and if you can hold them in there on a team where they have to fight over the objective, I think you can get a lot of value out of that. Same thing with Mephisto, who we will not see. So some of the meta bans not coming out. Chromie still available. Hogger still available. Lunara not available. So it looks like a whole lot of targeted ban lids, and that leaves a lot of the top meta picks still kind of on the board right now.
Yeah, for sure. You have Tychus, May still up. So, I mean, these teams can definitely draft some pretty good control and some higher-end DPS players as well.
Let's see who it's going to be. The new and improved Buccaneer Falstad, who has made a resurgence. We are seeing a lot of him. He's very strong, does a lot of damage. The global is powerful. Gust is incredible. Still pretty squishy, but Falstad making a big-time return after the balance patch. Or was it last week now? Must have been last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week, and actually the W build, they took away Bribe, but they added resets to his W. So in those team fights, if they get a good set on that, he kind of acts like a Ming now.
Yeah, and his W build was good before. Now even better.
Now it's really, really strong.
Anduin and Gazlo. Gazlo so good on the point with the turrets, and we every now and then we see buzzsaw hands, but mostly if you're getting a Gazlo, thank you.
Ready
I
for
will
action.
fix that. Most of the time, if you are getting a Gazlo, you're setting up the Wombo potential. Muradin, Stukov coming out. Taco, let me know. Lid down or me up? So
Yeah, the Gazlo has strong engage and also counter engage, so he's a really strong pickup for any kind of comp, really.
Yeah, I really like the counter engage in particular. Sometimes it could be a little dicey if he has to try to walk in and drop that Gravo, but if you kind of wait for the other team to jump onto you and you can counter with that Gravo, so strong. But we're not going to see Varian. With a Muradin, that's a little bit of an odd ban. I wonder, I would have to look at some
well, that's a targeted ban because they have ran the Varian as their off laner for a couple games.
I was wondering that, yeah. So maybe taking away the Assassin Varian builds, and there's the Chromie ban that I really like to see. Slowing Sands on the objective is so good. Maybe lid down one. Okay, we can fix it.
Yeah, even with the nerfs to Chromie, it's just that CC and zone control is just real massive on a team fight map like this one.
All right, Taco, let me know. I turned lid down just a smidgen. Let me know how that sounds for you. So now we do have Ming. So we have resets and Wombos. And last two picks for Flint Tropics. Great team name, reference to the movie Semi-Pro, by the way, if you didn't know.
A Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad and a Sonya. So Kel'Thuzad is good on Volskaya, which kind of is a little bit brawly, so it's a little easier for him to stack. If you're the side of Ming balls here, you kind of want to avoid skirmishing until you absolutely have to. Really try to suppress Kel'Thuzad stacks. And things just got spicy, Lid. We have a last pick, Valera.
Yeah. That could come into handy, especially if the team fight breaks out and the Valera is very patient, coming from the side and get that Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah, Valera really has to pick her spots because she's going to be on an island if she kind of goes in the flanking backline position. But if she picks her spots, could be very effective. Well, we're going to play our NGS intro video, and we'll be right back for game number 1 between Flint Tropics and Deep Fried Ming Balls. All right, game number 1, Division E West. In the blue trunks, the Flint Tropics. We have Ace Up on Kel'Thuzad, Blood Beast on Stukov, Big Balla Bag on Muradin, Soul Limit on Falstad, and Carrascles on Sonya.
It looks like Ming has left the game.
Well, we'll find out. They can pause it if they need to. She's back. She's back. And
Okay,
on the
on
red
the-
team, Deep Fried Ming Balls, the Hen playing Li Ming, Sil on Johanna, Silver Arrow on Li Ming, Kirk Arrow 66 on Gazlo, and Elixir on Anduin. So I really think the skirmish, Lid, if you're the side of Ming Balls here, this is, you kind of just don't want to participate in this, right? All you're going to do is stack
Yeah,
Kel'Thuzad.
on the side of Flint Tropic, they have a lot of stacking quests already, so I think the level 1 definitely goes to Flint Tropic if they can get it. It looks like Ming Balls is not giving it to them, which is good on them.
Yeah, good discipline to not allow the stack. Gazlow need to make sure he doesn't get caught out now, already backing up. So good communication and rotation by both sides. Valera and Sonya squaring off. Not a solo lane matchup you see too often. Ming coming down to reinforce her teammate there.
It looks like they're coming from two different strategies here. You have like more meta standard on the Flint Tropic side, rotating mid and top, and then on Ming Ball side you have them rotating bottom more.
Yeah, I think it really feels like Ming Balls is playing passive. They want to avoid stacking of the Kel'Thuzad, which is really smart. And that's something we're actually going to check in on as soon as the first objective pops, is just how many stacks has Kel'Thuzad managed to rack up. Because if you're not stacking him fast, you're really putting your team at a disadvantage.
Yeah, especially the Glacial Spike allows for those really great picks.
Yeah,
Gives
absolutely.
a safer range for the Kel'Thuzad to do this thing.
So there is a stun. Great leap of faith by Elixir, pulling bot Li Ming out of the fire, because it looks like Silver Arrow having some DC issues. So we'll see if they choose to utilize their pause. Alright, we'll do it. That's you guys. There we go. So it is on the teams to pause the game. So we'll go to our other screen here while we wait for them. So not much to speak about so far.
Not so far. They're both doing a great job of making sure they catch their soak and grabbing their items.
I will say, though, we are 1 minute and 58 seconds into the game, level 4 and level 3. Muradin has 1 stack on his Q, and Kel'Thuzad has a big fat 0 on his stacks. Falstad, a big fat 0 on his stack. So good discipline there from the side of Ming Balls not to feed into those quest talents.
Yeah, that'll come in huge with his first objective coming up shortly.
All right, so it looks like we're waiting for Silver Arrow to get back in here. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to put the BRB screen up, and we'll be returned in just 1 moment. All right, Arrow. Oh my God, we were talking about Arrow who DC. Lid, we are back in game number 1. The tension was allowed to build, and now this game has to be epic. Oh, speaking of epic.
Falstad is real low top.
That's what I was just saying. Speaking of epic, Silver Arrow had violence on her mind. Man, I'm just listening to the sound effects of like Punchy Gazlo hit the minions, and they're so good. Yeah, little punchy clown Gazlo. All right, so we have each team has a turret. Each team is level 5. Each team has secured their top lane mercenary camp. And each team is making their way to the objective.
Yeah, they'll have their turret camps up coming up pretty shortly, about 45 seconds to a minute on both sides.
So this is where the Falstad advantage will be with the global. Gazlo is in top. Can't really trade with the Falstad, I don't think, because he is losing that hard. But whenever Falstad wants to, he can simply use the global and give his team an advantage. Now really beating up Gazlo a little bit. Team's posturing on the point. Chain onto Joe. Doesn't land. Now on cooldown. 25% secured by Ming Balls. Falstad now in the mid lane, fishing for Arrow, but does not find purchase. Valera and Sonya still brawling in the bottom lane, about even in health. But a small talent tier advantage momentarily here for Flint Tropics. Ming Balls does not seem to care. Chain going down again. The mercenary camp for Red is pushing pretty hard in the top lane, but now we have both teams showing up in force. Let's see what Valera, she's hanging out in the flanks, looking for somebody, anybody to go on. Unfortunately, she has to run against the Biota, or against the treadmill there, which was a little bit of a problem. Otherwise, she might have been able to get onto that Sonya. So Deep Fried Ming Ball is able to push Flint Tropics off of the point, rechannel. Their turret is still down and ticking. Flint Tropics has not used their turret, though, and they are burning the red one down. Now there is Valera onto the Kel'Thuzad, really setting up the Ming. She got a lot of damage onto it, but couldn't quite finish it off, unable to secure the reset. Blue health bars are low. There's the Valera again, doing a great job, Lid, of kind of bobbing and weaving in and out. Sonya now low, running away. And we have a DC again, which is unfortunate, but it actually still shows his name. Yeah, he's here. It still shows his name on the hero. Yeah.
Yeah, the poke coming from Ming Balls is a lot better than the poke from Flint Tropics.
Yeah, and real good synergy, too, between the Hen and Silver Arrow. Really teeing off that Li Ming, and first Triglav protector of this game is going to go to Deep Fried Ming Balls. Although 9 stacks picked up for Kel'Thuzad, he was very low to start that, so that's really good to see if you're Flint Tropics. Falstad taking a lot of damage from the protector as it rotates top. 4 members for each team here in the top lane. Turret going down, as is the Triglav protector. Will expire here in a moment. Falstad getting the damage onto it, not quite able to finish it. Johanna fishing around in the flank. No, back to soak mid lane.
That could have been a nasty chain off the Triglav there.
It could have been. Valera fishing around in the rotation area, doing annoying Valera things.
Yeah, catching them on their rotations is very important on this map.
Yeah, and really why, if you're Flint Tropics, you want to make sure that your Falstad and your Kel'Thuzad in particular are not kind of put in a situation where they don't have help nearby, because the Valera will really take down one of those 2 heroes pretty quickly if she can catch them in a rotation like that.
Both sides picking up their guns. Flint Tropics going to have their level 10s before Ming Balls. Let's see what kind of advantage they can pull from that. Either take the healing item or push away.
It looks like we're going to have Shadow Fisher, Flailing Swipe, Avatar Gust, and Leap coming out for Flint Tropics. Worth noting, Lid, We are almost 7 minutes into this game. Both teams are either at or near level 10, and we have no deaths. That's pretty unusual.
It shows great pace and great control for both sides.
In particular, Flint Tropics, because with all of their stacking heroes, if they stay even, it actually favors them.
Oh, it looks like Gazlo might be getting ganked top lane.
Oh, a little bit of anti-synergy there. I don't think the gust was necessary. I think he was toast regardless. There's the counter wombo, hits 4, and the reinforcements have arrived. Stukov falls dead.
The healing item, so that's going to be a pickup for Pink Balls.
But that,
right there.
you know, we touched on it, Lid, in the draft. The counter engage from the Gazlo there, right? He was and should have been DEAD dead, but survived just long enough to hit a 4-man grav bomb and set up Ming for the resets.
Yeah, the hyper-focused flow of Gazlo at level 4 allows him to just keep his sustain very high when he's being outnumbered.
And I think the little bit of miscommunication there on the gust probably saved Gazlo long enough for him to set that up. So a little bit of a miscommunication there by Flint Tropic there.
Protector is almost ready.
So both teams still very, very close in level. Second protector will go on here in about 20 seconds or so. Sonya in the bottom lane. Kel'Thuzad rotating to mid. Pulling in a solo chain on the gas. Sonya has arrived to leap. There's the gravel bomb again. This time it does not catch anybody. Gazlo goes down, but a flanking kill on the Kel'Thuzad, getting Li Ming her reset and driving Flint Tropics back. There's the light bomb, falling sword, and a snipe by the Li Ming. 1, 2, 3 kills. Triple kill for Li Ming.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was pretty intense there in the middle. The Gazlo probably would have survived, but he missed his laser.
Yeah, and the gravel bomb didn't hit anybody, but unfortunately the Kel'Thuzad just got naked flanked by basically Li Ming and ate all of her damage.
Looks like an invade on their gun.
Yeah, good call.
Good play for the advantage they have.
Yeah, no real answer to the Flint Tropics here, except for Falstad and Kel'Thuzad are here, and Muradin. 3v3, they have caught Li Ming. She teleports away to safely, and they get their own turret.
And it looks like Ming Balls is passive experience now.
Yeah, I think probably on the back of those kills. But 22 stacks now for Kel'Thuzad. They do have 2 turrets, so they are in a great position to contest this if they want to. With a double turret, they can really make something happen here. Now, Deep Fried Ming Balls is going to be late, and they recognize that, and they back up, wait for the cavalry to arrive, and here we go. Another 5v5 as Sonya just takes a ton of damage to the Ming combo.
Yeah, the Ming went glass cannon, so she's going to have a lot of extra damage, but she will be super squishy if she ever gets caught out.
Yeah, definitely a double-edged sword. If she gets caught in all that Kel'Thuzad stuff, she's going to be in a world of hurt. There's the leap onto the Gazlo. There's the chain. There's the light bomb. There's the condemn. There's the Valir on the backside. The gravel bomb catches 3, and the counter engaged by the Gazlo again. 2 for 1 in favor of Deep Fried Ming Balls. Kel'Thuzad is in trouble. Gus does save him for now, and it is only going to be the 2.
Those Ming orbs are doing heavy damage.
Yeah, great initiation onto that Gazlo, but the gravel bomb counter engage has been so good. So second Triglav Protector secured for Deep Fried Ming Balls. Kel'Thuzad stacks up to 26, so he's definitely getting there, but they don't want to fall too much further behind or it'll make this much more difficult if you're Flint Tropics.
Yeah, he needs just 4 more and that'll increase his spell power by 75%, which is a really big deal for Kel'Thuzad.
Absolutely. Valera fishing around, looking for that squishy target. I really want a tip of the hat to the Hen this game. A lot of Valeras go a little bit too crazy, but he's been doing a real good job of picking the spots, right? When the CC has already gone out, or when he can get in safely. Not really putting, and here it is, right here, right onto that Kel'Thuzad, does a ton of damage. This time Sonya's there to leap and peel, but that's about all she wrote there.
Yeah, Valeera does a lot of damage, but she brings more of a fear factor. As long as you don't know where she's at, she can always pose a threat to you.
And I think a lot of Valeera players... There's the Light Bomb Falling Sword. Unfortunately, doesn't catch anybody. Now, pretty short cooldown on those heroics. They will be up in time for the next objective. But I'd say about the Valeera is I think a lot of Valeera players just want to stay in and finish the kill all the time, but that's just not necessary. If you go in, dump a bunch of damage and leave, that's a great trade.
Oh yeah, you force them to use their tap or back, that is definitely a good trade. Then you turn a 5v5 into 5v4 sometimes.
Sonya able to get out alive. Ming just missed on her full combo, allowing the Sonya to escape. Falstad is showing in the top lane, though, so number advantage for deep-fried Ming balls if they want to choose it. Instead, they're going to safely stay on their side of the map.
Looks like they're going for the support camp right now. See if Flint Tropic knows that they're just going to go for their deep.
Yeah, I think Flint Tropics here needs to be just a little less all in on their like first initiation because of that Gravo. Like Kel'Thuzad and Falstad can do damage, you know, from a reasonable distance. I almost feel like they want to try to bait that out if they can, or alternatively, if they initiate onto the Gazlo, the Stukov has to get the silence underneath him so he can't drop the Gravo bomb, right?
Yeah, the silence will come in handy for those types of engagements. But just allowing the Gazlo to set up like that, piling up on him, giving him an easier target to set up these combos.
There's the light bomb, there's the falling sword, onto the Falstad, it catches two, there's the Ming combo, Gravo bomb also catches two. Gust a hair late to save Kel'Thuzad. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. That's
especially with that glass cannon, man. You just got to be very wary of Ming takes glass cannon.
And not just that, you know, just Ming in general. So much of her success is on getting value out of that trade. If Ming doesn't get resets, she just doesn't get value. But if you let her get that kind of initial kill, a lot of times she can go a little crazy, and we kind of saw it there.
She can definitely snowball if you give her the opportunity to get those picks. And they're doing the smart thing here, pushing middle while they have their camp top and having Gazlo push bottom. So they got pressure in all three lanes, which forces Flint Tropic to make a decision.
Yeah, and Flint Tropics, I mean, they're just in a rough spot here. This bottom fort is going to go down. No two ways about it. And now deep fried Ming balls can basically do nothing until 20. Just kind of safely soak and then come down to the objective if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to take a fight right now. They're going to want to face, whether it's passive experience or, I mean, their lanes are kind of pushed out, so it'd be a little hard to get the soak without forcing some kind of engagement.
So now, if I'm Flint Tropics, I think the window is already closed for that pre-20 fight. You kind of have to choose if you want to fight down that 20 tier. And it looks like they do.
Take the Hail Mary or soak for 20 and defend, but if they give it up, then they lose a keep for sure.
Yeah, and maybe more. Like, you get the Protector here. If you're deep frying Mean Balls, the keep is a given, but if you get a kill or two, it's game pretty quickly. Flint Tropics thought about it, Lid, but I think they're just going to say, you know what, we'll live to fight another day. We're going to defend our core here.
Yeah, I think probably a good call on their part. Don't want to give them too much of an easy win. Maybe go pick up a healing camp, and maybe when the trig log goes in, they can pick up a pick on the back end side for the flanker. Let's see what they do here.
So Triglog secured once again by deep fried Ming Balls. They are pushing in the bottom lane with their 20 advantage. They also have a turret, a second turret, and a biotic, one turret online And a turret for. There's the leap on the backline, doesn't catch anybody. Gazlo just mounted and runs away. There is the light bomb. Kel'Thuzad the first to go down, as does Anduin though. So traded out kills here. They're trying to fight past the Triglav. Sonya does get away. Flailing his wife actually gets down Ming.
Great fight for being under-talented.
Absolutely, I
As long
think
as they don't lose too much here and back up.
Oh, and
Now it's even.
now I will say that I think they tried to take advantage of sometimes the Triglav can be a little bit limited in team fights, and they basically ignored it and ran past it, and it ended up being a 2 for 2. Not terrible if you're Flint Tropics.
They took out their main damage, which is the Ming, which was reset.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Which if they still had the Ming here, they'd probably go farther.
I
But
did not expect the
Yeah, what that
protector
2
to
for
be
2 did is it
destroyed like that.
basically ensured that there's no shot at Deep Fried Mingball's ending. The keep was going to go down, but they're not getting anything beyond that. Falstad going to cancel his fly and decide to soak mid instead. Both sides working on the camps. Now we have Deep Fried Ming Balls. They're posturing on this map like they're going to invade. Valera is leading the way. Sonya is not here. So if Deep Fried Ming Balls comes in, and they are, there's the light bomb directly onto the Stukov. There's the gravel bomb. Catches 3 now. That is a big combo. 2 go down for Flint Tropic. Sonya had a great crater leap on the backside. I really think that probably broke up that enough to save more. But still 2 going down for Flint Tropics.
yeah, they seen the opportunity and took it because they knew they'd all be grouped up on that point trying to capture that camp.
Yeah, they were, and a great leap by Sonya. I think she caught, I want to say it was Stukov in there, but it kind of broke up the offense like just enough to keep them from securing even more. Flint
They're gonna
Tropics.
have to deal with that bottom wave as well.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 katas going toward core. They're doing everything they can to try to keep this top keep up, but I really basically don't think they can do it.
The Ming went 4 builds, but it's just a lot of folks.
Red team
Yeah,
has
there it
destroyed the
goes.
fort.
Second keep secured for Deep Fried Ming Balls. Now they're going to secure the Biotic. Flint Tropics, for their end, they will go secure their own turrets. And this is a real rough spot for Flint Tropics. I think they would basically need back-to-back, like, decisive team fight wins to come back in this game.
Yeah, they definitely need more than one team fight win to get a comeback here, but they need to start taking structure as well to even up the
I'm
game.
getting another
Yeah, and
On the
I've
side
ready
of
for
Flint
you.
Tropics, they only have 1 keep to 3 keeps and 3 forts still up on Ming Balls.
Yeah, I foresee here as they're once again trying to find somebody. Muradin goes in, does not hit the Q. Now there is the falling sword, or I should say light bomb, only catches 1. Oh no!
Huge!
Hero slain. Hero slain.
Once again, Leap Sonya kept it from going from bad to worse, but I think this might be the beginning of the end, possibly. Yes. That, I believe, Lid. That's going to be that. I foresee a Li Ming ban coming out here, game number 2.
Blue team's base is under attack. Red team has
I think a
destroyed the
Gazlo ban. That Gazlo just.
Yeah, both of them were really good. That is going to be game number 1. Going over to Deep Fried Ming Balls. Sonya, though, not going quietly, hits a 3-man crater leap. Pays for it. And there we go. All right, let's see our play of the game for game number 1. It was the quad kill in the top lane, Li Ming to really set this game in flavor. There's the light bomb. There's the falling sword onto the fall stat. It catches 2. There's the Ming combo. Grabo bomb also catches 2. Gust a hair late to save Kel'Thuzad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And that quad kill lid really kind of set the game in motion for deep fried Ming balls. They never looked back after that. Welcome, 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 those of you joining from Bankai's stream. You're joining us for Game 2, just getting ready to start, of Division E West between Flint Tropics and Deep Fried Ming Balls. We did just finish game number 1, so you guys are back just in time to catch the BRB screen as we get set up for game number 2, but hang tight. We shall be right back. All right, we're back for game number 2 between Flint Tropics and Deep Fried Ming Balls West. Lid, if you're Flint Tropics, you're going to be thinking about making some adjustments between games 1 and 2. Do those start in draft? Is there something, if you're the drafter, that you're going to ban as we go into draft here in game 2?
Well, they had false set on their side last game, but on this map, it's such a big map that you're gonna want some kind of global pressure or some kind of wave clear is very strong here. So like Falstad, Ragnaros are both strong here. And that camp, make sure we're always taking that camp.
So they are sticking with the Orphea ban. That's the same ban we saw in game number 1. So no game-to-game adjustments in ban strategy shown thus far. And same could be said for Deep Fried Ming Balls, who also banned out Lucio for the second straight game. So Flint Tropics, do they pivot here? Do they get rid of the Gazlo that was so problematic in that game? Do they get rid of the Li Ming? Nope. They are sticking with the Mephisto. Now, if you're Deep Fried Ming Balls, Lid, do you run it back? Do you make them say, well, if we'll make you beat it, we'll just run the same thing?
Well, yeah, if I'm on their side, if they want to give it to us again, Gaz is just a strong hero, especially in competitive play. So I mean, if I was given the opportunity to take it again, I would.
So far, this is literally the exact same draft from game number 1. That's unusual. It's usually the team that loses tends to make adjustments between games. You know, it's not. I think it's less unusual for the winning team to kind of stick with what worked, but typically you see some adjustments coming out of the team that maybe needs to change it up a little bit. And this is a carbon copy so far, literally the exact same. We have one.
The Mephisto ban is good though. I mean, Deep Fried Ming Balls, they have a 60% win rate with Mephisto out of 5 games. So I mean, he can be very problematic. He has a great CC follow up with his endurance, so that's a good ban. It's exactly the same, except the Anduin is on Tropic side this time.
Yeah, now I will say the Anduin would have helped a lot last game. Holy Word Salvation maybe as a counter to some of that stuff. A Leap of Faith to pull out some of their teammates. You know, Stukov doesn't have a cleanse, so that could be an adjustment there, but Varian still banned. Our Flint Tropics, are they going to ban the Chromie again?
Well, Chromie has very, very high point control on this map.
There's the adjustment. I think that's a good adjustment. Although now if I'm Deep Fried Ming Balls, I'm snatching up Chromie right here. They took it away last time. And instead, a big time pivot. We have Deathwing and Maiev. You know, I bet you a Deathwing is hard to play into as a Falstad.
I mean, it can be, but if they lane off against each other and he does go W build, Deathwing is a prime target for stacking because he's slow and his skills are very highly telegraphed.
Yeah, they do pick up the Malthael, which will help with the Deathwing. I like that. I was wondering if a Tychus would have been picked up there, but instead they're going to go with the Cassia, who's still really solid. But now let's see. It's got to be, I would guess, a mage of some sort, right? That would be my guess. You kind of slot Deathwing into the Bruiser slot.
They need a healer over here.
Oh yeah, healer would make sense. I was just thinking of more ways to kill people, but Brightwing will help with that.
Well, they have a great setup with Cage, you know, Gravel Bomb, and then, you know, that all those skills just hold them in place long enough for Deathwing just to melt whoever's in it.
But no traditional range damage dealer for Deep Fried Ming Ball. So, you know, usually you see either a mage or an auto attacker back there, but that player is not there. So here we go, game number 2, Flint Tropics versus Deep Fried Ming Balls. All right. Lid, game number 2. Blue team, Flint Tropics. Blood Beast on Anduin, Big Bala Bag on Muradin, Soul Limit on Falstad, Aesop on Cassia, and Karaskuls on Malthael. The red team, Deep Fried Bing Balls, we have Miss So-and-so on Deathwing, Hooli on Gazlo, Sylv on Johanna the Hen. We'll be playing Brightwing and Silver Arrow on the Maiev. So a roll swap here coming out for Deep Fried Bing Balls. Because the Hen was on the Valera last time.
I'm interested in how they use the Maiev in this this specific map. I know I don't like using Maiev personally on this map just because there's very limited flank areas.
That is true. So we'll see how they use it if they want it. Because the terrain is so fat. There's kind of not a lot of big terrain.
I mean, it's very good and open for cage combos and stuff like that, but it's very hard if the other team is aware for the Maiev to come in for flank and those side positions being unseen like you normally would with the Maiev.
So I think Gazlo should, I imagine, do fairly well into the Malthael here in the top lane. As long as he doesn't get hit by the trait, I would think he would do okay. But if you get hit by the trait, then you're going to be in trouble. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that mark on top of you.
But Hooli clearing the lane faster, and that's proven to be the kind of difference so far. Meanwhile, Deathwing is on the mid lane, Bruiser camp, Siege camp. 4 Deep Fried Ming Balls. Both sides actually picking up their mid lane siege camp.
A little faster on the side of Deep Fried Ming Balls, which means they'll have an opportunity to maybe grab it again during the next objective.
Absolutely. Falstad stacking much better in the early going of this game than game number 1. We were looking at the stacks about 2 minutes into the game number 1, and Flint Tropics basically had no heroes with any stacks, but Falstad is already sitting at 4 stacks on the lightning bolts there. What's his W called?
Lightning Rod.
Lightning Rod, thank you.
Yeah, it looks like the Cassie is opting for more of an auto attack build instead of the normal Q build we've seen recently.
Interesting. Maybe figuring Falstad will provide a little more of the mage role, while Cassia can provide the auto attacker role. A good stun may have bought enough time, but not quite.
Into that Q from Deathwing.
Yeah, nice play there by a Silver Arrow, kind of flexing it again. Objective gonna spawn here for both sides. Gazlo's already coming down, Malthael in the top lane, so maybe numbers advantage for Ming Balls, with Gazlo coming just a little bit sooner. Malthael's still showing in the top lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom, Deathwing and Maiev kind of skirmishing with Falstad a little, who's picking his stacks up. But a free channel. Malthael's still showing in the top lane. So Flint Tropic showing no real interest so far in contesting this objective.
The positioning's a little scary.
Now that's what they lacked in game 1. A great leap of faith there by Anduin. The ability to get somebody out of trouble seems like it's just something they didn't have in that first game. But with Anduin, now they do. Channel's still going. Nobody has channeled it. At 0.5, Malthael gets on it, interrupted, and it is completed. A great interrupt by Silver Arrow to prevent the unchanneling by Malthael. I thought Falstad actually had it earlier in that lid, but he came off to join the battle.
Yeah, the timer only stops when it's a hero channeling that
Correct.
objective. So if the minions are channeling it, it still counts down.
Now they will stop it eventually, but it won't stop until they're done with So a little 2v3 skirmish here on the bottom lane. Soul Limit taking a lot of damage on the Falstaff. Pull onto Cassia. There's the Condemned. Brightwing coming down. I imagine a Poly is going to come out in a minute, but Asap able to escape with less than 200 health. Falstaff super low as well. Man, these guys are really pushing the limits of what these heroes can do, Lid, and haven't quite been able to pay for it yet. Now Anduin has arrived to reinforce. However, still pretty healthy wave here. Here comes Falstad, and now Deathwing, so now a 4v3 number still favoring Deep Fried Meatballs. But a pretty nice defense there, outnumbered the entire time, Lid, and they managed to save the bottom fort. Really well played. The Falstad and the Cassia really pushed their hit point pool as far as they could take it, but managed to A, not die, and B, successfully clear out the lane.
Yeah, especially with Maiev having Pursuit of Vengeance, which allows him to keep getting cooldown reductions for both his tether and his teleport. So he's just constantly throwing out those skills. So good on them for positioning in a way where he didn't just get an easy pick.
Yeah, I really thought a couple of times there Falstad was so low, Cassia was so low. I just thought it was a matter of time, but they did a real nice job of going just far enough to no further.
And great patience on the Maiev as well, not choosing not to blink in because he did take Sudden Vengeance, which gives him a 6% damage on the teleport, which he could have killed both of them, but having the patience and knowing not to go in is shows strength.
Yeah,
shows,
you know,
a lot of discipline.
Yeah, going in and proccing the fort to fire at you too sometimes is that changes. It's semi-new in the game. There's the Warden's Cage. There is the Lightning Breath. The Easy Bake Oven catches Anduin. There's the Blessed Shield and the Condemn and the Punish as well, but Dwarf Toss is available. Muradin able to successfully get the heck out of there. Level 10's online for both sides if you didn't notice it.
The Gust comes out there.
So we have Ball Lightning, Light Bomb, Avatar, Gust, and Last Rites for Flint Tropic. For Deep Fried Meatballs, we have Blankia, Warden's Cage, Gravo Bomb, I don't know, Deathwings, Bellowing Roar, and Blessed Shield. You know, I've seen a couple times a very clever use of Gust with the Deathwing in particular. If the Deathwing likes to go away on the back line, you can literally cust everybody else away and 5-man murder Deathwing. Because Deathwing, of course, will not be affected by the Gust, right? So you don't have to worry about if you hit the Deathwing in it too. Can be tricky to pull off, but something to keep an eyeball at. We'll see if Soul Limit can do something like that, abuse the unstoppable trait of Deathwing.
Both teams are doing a really good job of taking their camps on cooldown.
Malthael overstayed just a little bit, but there's the tether, and that is going to be that in the top lane. Poly goes out, Malthael goes down. They waited so long for him to just overstep a little bit, and that was all it took. There's the pull, there's the Deathwing, there's the Poly, and they
great
just
5-man rotations on side of Deep Fried Meatballs, just coming in and picking off these heroes that are just a little bit out of position.
Yeah, they're stepping a little too far into lane when you're all by your lonesome, and they made them pay for it. Now, death timer's still pretty low, so Flint Tropics will be able to contest this 5v5, but by the time Cassia gets here, they might be down 13s. Gazlo has stepped away. Falstad kind of on the flank here in an awkward position, I think, honestly. Look at where Gazlo is. They could really go on him. There's the pull. There's Muradin going in. There's a Light Bomb on a Muradin. Does catch Brightwing. Grabo Bomb into Warden's Cage, into Bellowing Roar, and there is a very similar combo that we saw in Game 1. This time, instead of Ming and Anduin, it's Maiev and Deathwing, though. But that is a quad kill for Deep Fried Meatballs.
The zoning of the Falstad just allowed them to push that and not allow the Falstad to get a reset with his Gust.
Yeah, he was kind of on the side and a little bit exposed, and they just basically turned on the rest of his team. Thank you, Jason, for the hots, and welcome to Game 2. Division E West, Nexus Gaming Series, Flint Tropics versus Deep Fried Ming Balls. Jason sending his wonderful viewers over.
Oh, they might get caught out here middle here.
Yeah, Falstad in trouble. There's the grapple bomb. It does catch him, and down he goes. That is now 9 unanswered kills. Deep Fried Ming Balls on the warpath.
They're doing a really good job of being aware of where the other team is and making those plays.
Yeah, just small oversteps here and there by Flint Tropics, and they're being super aware of them and punishing Maiev and Blessed Shield, all of that. Now they're almost they're 2 full levels up. Midkeep goes down. And let's see what they decide to do now. Going to go ahead and join the cavalry in the bottom lane and push that up. There's the Warden's Cage. There's the Fire Breath. There goes Falstad. Grapple Bomb now again catches 2, 3 of them. And this is going to be an absolute disaster, I think, for Flint Tropics, and it is. Now, I will say they fought into that much better, but the level discrepancy lid was just too much. If that was an even level fight, I think that's much, much closer.
Very much closer, but a lot of people, they don't realize the Bonds of Corruption for level 7 on Maiev. That reduced armor and the slow by 20%, but it's huge. And if they're stuck in that the queue from Deathwing, they're just being melted.
Unfortunately, no answers, I should say, for Flint Tropics right now. And they're kind of at the point where I think if you're Flint Tropics, you just race to 16 as much as you can. When you get to 16, they're going to be at about 18 or 19, and that is you're going to be your first, last, and only same talent tier fight, and you need to run at them at that point. Get 16 and run at Deep Fried Ming Balls. See if you can get that 16 to 18 fight and maybe make something happen. Looks like both teams going to trade bosses right now. Bottom is secured first. However, this top one is melting very, very quickly. I think if you're Deep Fried Ming Balls, though, you can honestly ignore this boss. It's pushing on Fort. Flint Tropics does not have that luxury. They will have to make sure it doesn't get keep, and this is just a rough spot here for Flint Tropics.
Yeah, because they'll have to make a decision right now. Do we defend bottom keep and keep our armor plates for our core, or do we contest objective, which either one is a bad situation for them.
Yeah, I think the call for them is what they're doing. They burn boss in the minion wave and get 16, and then try to defend same talent tier with the objective. But I mean, this is a real rough place for them. Boss does go down. Level 16 is not quite here yet. They're thinking about contesting. 10 seconds left, though. This is going to be pretty dicey. Here we go, Lid. Both sides are here. They're trying to channel. Anduin has caught it on the backside. Maiev interrupts it. However, they instantly give Maiev, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4-man Graslow Gabble Bomb, and I think that will be the beginning of the end.
Great pick, but that counter engage from Gazlo is just too powerful.
Yeah, I saw that game 1 and game 2 completing the team wipe, and I think we're going to see game 2 end here very, very shortly with a very, very dominant showing for Deep Fried Ming Balls here. Damage going on to core. Flint Tropics will be spawning here in just a few seconds. Now, I will say they do have 2 armor on the core, and not everybody is here, so this could be something here.
Yeah, they're definitely winning real deep. Gonna pay for it, maybe.
Maybe. I think the last rights is going to get him. Yes, it is. Yeah, maybe a misplay here from Deep Fried Ming Balls as Flint Tropics is roaring back, and the core, they don't need to so much worry about core health because it will recharge. But maybe a little overconfidence there. Now, I think Deep Fried Ming Balls can still end There's the Warden's Gauge. There's the Gazlo stuff. Catches 3. They do get out so far. There's the Light Bomb. There's the Gravel Bomb. Core is still up. Red health bar's low. Maev does go down. Gazlo soon to follow, as is Joe, and they're trying so hard to keep this core up, Lid, and 562, 62 health. Oh my goodness.
See, not having the Deathwing there really hurt their combo with the Warden's Gauge. Ooh, Brightwing getting a little
feisty.
Yeah, a little.
And now might be in trouble.
Yeah, they're gonna chase her down.
Oh yeah. Oh, the
Ooh,
blink
the
heal
blink.
onto the minion wave. I thought Last Rites was up. I don't know why he didn't use it. Maybe it just came up. But I figured he'd pull the trigger on the Last Rites. So
yeah, I've never seen that before. Defender core with 62 hit points left.
I mean, I was getting ready to call it at 500, and then the minions started chunking it, and it went down super fast. But Flint Tropics, they will not go quietly into the night.
No, they're definitely looking for game 3 to see if they can get some more picks and turn this game around.
And both of those last team fights looked much better than they did in the early game. They looked far more even. Health bars low on both sides, so we'll see what happens here. Now, they do have to do a lot of lane maintenance, and that really could be a problem. And they're not quite 20 yet. So I think you play for 20. You want to rotate safely. Uh-oh. They might get caught through here, Lid. No, they didn't quite see him. 20 advantage still here for Deep Fried Ming Balls. The teams are posturing and circling, but nobody committing yet. Deep Fried Ming Balls is pushing in. Looks like Flint Tropics wants 20 so badly, and I don't blame them. I'll tell you, the core mechanic with the having 2 armor plates up on the core has been the difference in this game carrying on. If there were 2 keeps down instead of only 1, this game is already over. Look at, there's the flanking position by Maev. He's looking for it. Nope. Back on the core. Now 20s are here for both sides. So this is it. This could easily be game if Flint Tropics goes down here. But backing up is Deep Fried Ming Balls looking for the re-engage. Now they get the silence going on to Anduin. There's the gust, although it's right into all the stuff. Oh no! Oh no! That was unfortunate, and I think that I said it already once, but I really think this time that'll be it.
That Molten Flame coming in huge. Both the cage and the gravel bomb just keeping them in that Molten Flame really hurt.
And core rapidly dropping. The cavalry is not even here yet. And it is going to be a 2-0 domination for Deep Fried Ming Balls. No miracle defense this time for Flint Tropics.
That's GG.
All right, well, let's show our play of the game. Was the last play that led to the team wipe and the core win. He's looking for it. Nope. Back on the core. Now 20s are here for both sides. So this is it. This could easily be game if Flint Tropics goes down here. But backing up is Deep Fried Ming Balls looking for the re-engage. Now they get the silence going on to Anduin. There's the gust, although it's right into all the stuff. Oh no! Oh no! All right, Lid. Well, while I see if we can run down an interview, anything jump out at you on the stats screen that we got up here? If you still have that bad boy up.
I do, and the stats usually don't tell the full story. From both games, the Gazlo is what stood out in both games. I think if they would have banned the Gazlo, I think the games might have went a little differently.
Yeah, the gravel bombs were just such a huge factor in both games 1 and games 2. Lid, let's go ahead and jump into lobby 2 in the NGS Discord where we'll meet up with Captain Hen.
Sounds good.
All right, here we are in lobby 2. Joining us from the Victor this evening, Captain Hen of Deep Fried Meatballs. How's it going?
Good, thank you. Yeah, really good. Thanks.
So let's talk about the Gaslow. Such a huge factor in both of those games, really kind of setting everything up. All of those monster combos and multiple team kills. I was a little surprised they let it through after game 1. What was the chatter like in comms? Were you guys kind of surprised it got through after that first game?
Yeah, look, I think the Orphea and Mephisto ban definitely aimed at Silver, who's our burst damage mage player. And yeah, I think we were both times not expecting to have Gaz in the mix. We were actually looking at probably a Malthael or even we're talking Thrall. And then yeah, sort of spur of the moment decision. Well, we don't want them to have him, so we grabbed him.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So you guys are a new team to NGS this season, yeah?
We are, yes.
So introduce us to you, NGS to you guys. How'd you find out about NGS? How do you know each other? Where'd you come from? All that good stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so we're really just a loose collection of friends who met through playing Heroes of the Storm together. So I just through random quick matches and liked each other's attitudes and liked each other's plays, and ended up forming a pretty tight team of 7 of us. Sil, who I'd say Sil's the real captain behind it. I'm just sort of the admin guy she's given all the the tasking to, but she put us all onto it, and then together we've sort of started to slot into our little niches and our little roles that we all play, and that's the team.
So have you guys done any other competitive, or is NGS really your first pass at kind of organized play?
Yeah, it is our first pass at organized play. That's right. So yeah, we've learned a lot. We've been doing 2 or 3 scrim matches a week, and we haven't had any buys yet. So we've had a lot of opportunity to learn and doing a lot of scouting and watching all the matches with the other teams as well. So yeah, we're taking it seriously, even though it's Div E. We're here to do our best.
Yeah, you guys going hard because it was these guys that already had like 4 matches played or something bananas, right?
Yeah, they had 4 matches played. They've won 3 games off Sky Foundry, so it was pretty interesting to watch you guys go toe-to-toe on that.
Yeah, they had a real good record on that battlefield too, so Lid kind of predicted that you guys would end up squaring off there, and lo and behold, there you are. So now that you guys are a few weeks in, did you have expectations for yourself in the season, or where you guys fit, or have those changed at all?
We honestly didn't know, and we lost our first match against Mosley and the Arcanauts, who are a great team, 2-0. And then the first team we scrimmed against was Flint Tropics, and they beat us 2-0 as well. So it was tough. We started just going like, oh, look, we just don't want to finish last. We want to do our best. But yeah, we had a pretty rocky beginning, to be honest.
All right, Lid, any questions? Did you actually take notes like we were talking about that I should have done but didn't?
I took a couple notes from game 1. With the Valir last pick, what was your thought process in taking the Valir? Was it to cut off rotations or catch people out of position?
Really to counter the Faustad and the KTZ. To be honest, we know Aesop's got a really strong Kel'Thuzad game, and we were definitely worried about him going in. So we just thought the silence and the extra space on the battlefield was going to work with Valyra really well.
I think that is it from me. Anything else from you, Lid?
From game 1, no. The rotations are on point. You guys, I noticed you guys take a different approach to it. Did you guys notice all the stacking quests? Is that why you guys played the way you guys did in the beginning?
Well, speaking for myself as the Valera player, I wanted to get as quickly as I could to getting that energy buff from the 20 globes, but no, it didn't really affect our play. I think we were really just trying to keep ahead of Soak. We lost a lot of Soak early on game one, and we were just determined to win those team fights early game.
That's good. That's it for me on game one.
Any shout outs on your way out the door?
Just a big thanks to Flint Tropics. Awesome team. First game against them, 2-0 their way. Second game today, 2-0 our way in the league. So, great team to play against. Really good attitude. And thanks to all the players. I know Silver Arrow on our team's got a swag of followers that seems to grow every day. So a good shout out to them, and thanks for the love to everybody on Twitch as well. We love the support, and thanks a lot. That's all.
Yeah, just tell Silver Arrow to get off that dial-up, and you guys will be really ready to go.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Sorry about that. I think I should say a huge thanks to Flint Tropics for the patience with our technical difficulties today. Silver owes everybody on that team a coffee at least. If it was me being Australian, I'd buy him a round of beer. But we'll need to work something out to say thanks to them, because we do appreciate the patience and the support today. That was great.
So are you Australian playing in Australia and dealing with the NA ping, or are you actually in NA?
No, I'm Australian living in California. So,
okay. There you go.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say that would really make you look really good playing on that ping while shredding everybody on that Valera.
Oh god, I started playing in Australia and it was terrible trying to play Storm League and dropping out 3 or 4 times in a match. So it's nice to be on the West Coast. I tell you what.
All right. Well, congratulations on the 2-0. Good luck the rest of the way, and have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See you next time.
Well, Lid, that's gonna pretty much do it for us. Any closing thoughts?
No, it was. Thank you for letting me co-cast. It's a little nervous coming in, but it's exactly how you said.
Just come in and chat some heroes. I appreciate you letting me talk you into it, because it is a lot more fun not talking to myself.
Oh, ain't that for sure.
All right, well, let's find another NGS game going on somewhere to throw these guys to. Who is live right now? Let's I think Fujinakari is live. We'll send him to Hello Kitty Action Squad versus Ice Crown Citadel Knights, Division D East. And it looks like they are about a minute away from getting started, so your timing could not be better there. You guys will catch all of the action. So thanks again for everybody who is hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and hang out for some more NGS action as we throw you over to Fujinakari.